We snapping. Huge day. Huge day. Huge day. All right, so much. Have you read these already? I almost want to wait for Matchy and them to get in, but a couple things that jump off the page is like this is so nice for mobile players only who don't have Untapped. This has long been a competitive disadvantage for them, and I'm glad they've alleviated that. You miss a because one of the age-old truths in Marvel Snap is the moment you look away, Sokovia is gonna flip over as a location, and you're not gonna see what you got discarded. Um, but I love how you can click on your player avatar and you can click in the destroyed or discard area and see what was done. They still, I talk about this dynamic all the time. When you're playing against death decks, it can be hard to track a death because when you look, you're like, oh, how many cards have they destroyed? How cheap is she going to be? These cards and X23 also don't count. Um, I don't think the card that Yandu hits either counts. But anywho, this is huge. Although I don't know how many times it, like maybe once every couple days. But as long as your opponent hasn't ended their turn, you can actually, if you like realize you got your sequencing wrong, you're like, oh shit, 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 shit. Now this is the biggest one, the one that people have been wanting for a while. On this channel, I've talked about this a lot. I have highlights, I have clips. I've always said, first off, I pride myself in being one of those people who, when you give me an inch, I don't try to take a mile. I truly try to like, I'm one of those that like, if you if you give me an inch, not only am I not going to ask for a mile, I'm going to try to see if we can get the job done with 6 centimeters. Like, I don't even need a whole inch. Just like, if I need something, just, I might only, you know what I mean? It's like, you're giving me an inch, just give me a couple centimeters, and then hopefully that's enough and I can do the rest myself. You know what I mean? Anywho, I've always said, and I'll explain this in a minute when I show my armor card. We'll get into this, but custom borders allow you to combine your favorite owned variant, art, any border rarity, and finish flair, and basically you get like an extra custom variant, and then you can just mix and match it, and that is really dope. But it's a bit more than I was like, this is more than I needed. Now, Gold Pass, looking for some extra gold. Purchasing a Gold Pass will give an initial recharge of gold and then additional. I've already bought that in like it was $5. You get 300 gold off the rip and then 50 every day. It's a no brainer. Although I wonder how it's going to work since this is halfway through the month. This is cool. We have 4 cards that have been in the game for at least a year, give or take. Think all of them. And they're not only getting visual effects, they're getting sound effects. I love that this game does that. You look at cards like Hope Summers and like all of the recent cards, they have given them incredible effects right off the rip. I mean, Hope Summers has everything. She has dragging animations. She has when you play on her animations, the whole nine, sound and visual. But I love how they continually go back and add some to older cards that have been in the game for a hot ass minute. And they have actually recently already given new visual effects to Psylocke, so I wonder what else they've given her. And now here's where it gets juicy. I've been asking for this for a while. I don't know why they gutted her so hard. They're giving Elsa, she did go up in cost, but now she gets her universality back. Like you can play her in one lane and she will buff cards in a different lane, which was her original ability and functionality. We're also restoring the previous functionality, so Elsa applies the power buff before. And this is also huge too because she previously you could put Spider-Man on her. Spider-Man becomes 7 and he'll move away. You can put another card there. They took that ability away. They've reinstated it. I love that. Meek is incredible now. Like this is a huge buff to Meek. Just the fact that you removed the randomness. Where does this? It says we've also removed the randomization from Meek's move, giving players the option to make a move during the following turn if any cards are discarded. So it basically becomes like a Nightcrawler if you've procced him. Huge, like as if discard decks needed any help currently, but this Mantis change is interesting. I do like, so she went down in power. You don't draw from their deck, but you copy from their hand. And they explicitly mentioned this. That can be a lot more powerful if you time it right, because the copy will retain any buffs. Venom, in particular, comes to mind as a very a powerful card to copy. So, excuse me. Um, it's which is interesting because one thing that used to make leader back in the day really obnoxious is, especially like, let's say you didn't have prio on turn 6 and your opponent played whatever, like let's say they played Gamora and it procced up to 12, and then I don't know, whatever other card. Well, not only would your leader play both of those cards, it would play the 12 powered Gamora. So let's say they played Gamora on the lane that you played leader. They would get a 12 powered Gamora. You would get a 17 powered Gamora, because you would get their 12 and then it would proc for +7. That's a huge reason why leader was so shitty back in the day. So it gives her a little bit of that dynamic where they're hoping, yes, you still have to guess right like other Guardians, but if you do it, you can get a juiced up Venom. But again, the Destroy deck, while popular, is not the deck that we needed tools to combat, in my opinion. It's the discard deck. Just did it. Looks like I have a God Split. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that next. That does look cool. Cable just went down to 2 costs, but keeps the same thing. And that's important because here in a minute it mentions Yondu. Back in the old days, Yondu was a frequent player in Destroy decks, thanks to triggering, helping discount, and then powering up Null. And it gave you information. However, recent competition has almost universally left Yondu on the outside looking in as players grow their collection to include stronger synergy elements. This small change aims to give Yondu some new potential to function with cards like Cable and others in the near future that aim to steal cards from your opponent's deck, improving the quality of cards stolen by destroying the duds ahead of time, because now Yondu is going to be doing one of the lowest cost cards in your deck, meaning that Cable pool, in theory, will be a better one. And I agree with this. Giving the existing effect was already insufficient for Null. Like nowadays, if people are playing Destroy deck, sometimes they don't even play Null, and they damn sure don't play Yondu. So that's fine. They brought back Leech's on reveal aspect, but they've tightened the window of cards that he can affect. Now he can only block out on reveal. And they mention, and here I'm about to predict something. So we're aware that Leech is among the least beloved cards in Snap. However, Leech has served an important role for over a year, ensuring that there was some meaningful check for the various shenanigans players can get up to during the endgame. In that time, we've also made a concerted effort to design more specific disruption at better rates, such as Echo, Mobius, Shadow King, Kyera, Supergiant, and even a few more cards you'll see very soon. Red Guardian, and I think to a degree US Agent. I can't remember, but definitely Red Guardian. And I said a couple weeks ago, the 2 cards I was most looking forward to was Mockingbird, Red Guardian. The fact, like, I've always hated Dracula. I've wanted Spider-Man. Not that he's cheesy or anything. It's just so hard to deal with because it procs late and everything. I was hoping Spider-Man 2099 would be a better. Not yeah, same Yasko. I was hoping 2099 would be better at dispatching Dracula, and then obviously Lady Deathstrike is better than 2099's ever been at it. Still not efficient enough. So what I was gonna say is I was pumped for Red Guardian because he's somebody that could shut down a Dracula. He could shut down a Cerebro or an Iron Man or something like that. So I genuinely think on reveal, remove the text from each card with an on reveal ability. I think that they did this because Red Guardian in a couple weeks basically removes the text from the lowest powered card in your opponent's hand, which is often going to be like a Dracula, an Iron Man, a Mystique, maybe a Wong, a Cerebro, a Silver Surfer, right? But a lot of those are ongoing. Mystique's an on reveal, but you get it. Mystique, Iron Man, Wong. So, anyways, I genuinely think what they mean here, a few more cards you'll see very soon, they are explicitly referring to Red Guardian. Thanks to those additions, we're ready to try restricting Leech to affect a narrow band of cards. They've reduced the spawn rate of a lot of cards that either just generate random cards to you or enable certain archetypes. like Shuri's Lab, Lamentus, Rickety Bridge, Collapse Mine is anytime Collapse Mine spawns, if you have a death in your hand or a deck, that's almost an instant snap. You get an instant free death. So they reduced the spawn rate. I wish they would give us a bit more detail on what, like, obviously they were reducing it, but are they reducing it to the level of like ego, right? Where it's almost never shows up. Like I just want to know those percentages. Ego like 1.5%. These are going to be 10, and most locations are whatever. I don't know. And then we'll have to see how this plays out. We've also lined up all of our locations with cards that trigger after the turn to use the exact same window. This inconsistency previously made a variety of outcomes unpredictable, even while resolving locations from left to right. So a good example was Asgard, and they're going to talk about this with the Sunspot reference, but like previously, okay, turn 4 ends, you have spare energy. Your Sunspot would grow. Those things kind of would check. Like I think even a Cyclops would proc, and then Asgard would determine who's the winner. It's not going to do that anymore. Asgard's going to determine the winner sooner, basically. Like Bifrost will move cards sooner. I think Gamma Lab is going to. Well, we'll see how that plays out. But no, while and it's funny they're making a lot of these changes for locations because I was going through my old snap files last night and I found old pictures of uh, Sakaar, the original Sakaar design. Um, Instead of being at the end of the turn that Sakaar shows up, it used to just instantly pull a card from your hand. So it would like a lot of people couldn't, you couldn't adjust for it. It was just like a shock factor. And then they changed that. And I literally looked at this picture last night that I'm about to pull up here. I looked at this picture last night. And then they make these changes today. And it's just like, damn. Funny how they're constantly tinkering with the locations, which I'm cool with. We recently got Krakoa back. Okay, so that's all cool. This is what it says. This is because our default trigger order, boom, boom, boom. So Sunspot's power gain won't help you win Asgard anymore, for example. And then some bug fixes. For that. Oh, I'm looking for OG Sakaar. Yeah, I'll have to find it later. Oh wait, I think I found it. Here it is. Now this isn't from one of my games. I took the screenshot from Reddit over a year ago. Will it ever load? All right, now to the custom border thing. Again, let me show you with my armor. This is what I thought would be like the first step of them even adding this system. I'm not saying I prefer one way or the other. I just thought like from a reasonable standpoint, this would kind of like be the first step and then maybe they'd expand on it. Why is everything, sorry, my computer is just, it's like, hey, introducing custom borders. And then you're supposed to click on a card for it to teach you the mechanic, right? Mine never taught me the mechanic. Or I'm sorry, it showed the text, but it never showed me a card to click on. It was just a circle, like where the card should be, just flashing. And so I had to restart the game. This is how I thought they would do it. Yeah, sums up with a collection. In fairness, they did just add this entire new mechanism. Yeah, so I guess technically that's not a crash. I had to like Control Alt Delete and Task Manager it away. Okay, so this is what I thought they'd do. Is you take a card like Armor, which obviously looks great with red things, red effects, red border, because of its font. Wow. I do like that little click. Okay. Um so I get a split like this, and you almost you don't want to do anything with it. The red with the red just looks too good, right? Um, what I've always wanted, just at least to start with, was I would love the ability to split this to chase, another God split kind of thing. Like I would love to split this. So then this card with the red tone flare foil finish gets a infinite border, right? And then now I have that split. I would just love to come back to this with the infinite border and just pick it on red. That's all I needed. Like, I didn't need the like. And again, this is dope, and I'm gonna dive into this, and this is really sick. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I almost felt like they gave us a more than we needed, at least to start with, because I think a lot of people, even the ones who were desperately crying for a system like this, not crying, desperately asking, sorry, for a system like this, if they would have just gotten that, that would have alleviated a lot of things. Because I think people just wanted to be able to chase splits, but not lose that particular like sick one. My death or this vision I have is another. Or sorry, this Shuri. Where's she at? There's another one where I've always loved the white with the blue because of the the white in the art and the white in her text. And so I've always just wanted to split this and then come back and set it on blue. And again, they give us a cool system. I will say I love this interface. I love how it's almost like a little Pokédex, right? Like it's like a little catalog of all of the potential options. And so you can almost have a checklist. Like the completionist, the OCD in me is now like, oh, nice. I want to go and get one of every option. But here's what's weird though. Like this is why the part of this system that I don't like. Part of what made how it worked so dope was the exclusivity of it, was the like you chasing certain splits, right? And even if it meant you had to get 10, 12 splits of a card, that was kind of the allure to it. Now look, you have this system, I have this variant. I've only ever brought it up to green. So now for free, I can just make this legendary. I can make this infinite. So I can do like blue with. Okay, all right, cool. You have to unlock it with each split or with each variant particularly. Okay, so then how does that apply? Okay. Okay. Wait. I might stand corrected. So it does keep the it does keep the chase for a split alive because you still have to go and acquire each effect like it was a Pokemon, to then like have it for potential rotation. So if that's the case, then with this variant, now can you put it on the base card? Hold on. Nope. Hold on. Boom. Blue. And can you add? Wait. No. So that was another thing I was wondering is like, would you be able to put like the tone flare that I've unlocked onto the, you know what I mean? The core version of the variant does not look like it, which is understandable. I like foil more than prism of the two for sure. All right, but okay, so it does still maintain that whole chasing a split, and it definitely incentivizes you splitting your variant still. So that's cool. That was a worry that I had when I first was reading the patch notes. Huh. So then in that case, I also wouldn't be able to add the purple crackle. Let's see. Okay, cool. But I could do this. Set it back to purple. Ink. Boom. So this does give me a bit of what I wanted. Although it looks great with the infinite border too. Hold on, let's save this. So there, wait. Oh yeah, that's where it's at on. Okay. One more thing. If you put it on like white border, does it keep its 3D-ness? It does. That's trippy. That's trippy. Seeing it frame broken in 3D on a white border, that actually goes hard. I like that. Dude, okay, that's cool as fuck. That's really dope. I love that. Find a deck that it okay. Dude, the collection page is not running at its most optimum for your boy right now. I think I might have to go down to medium graphics. That's cool, dude. 3D but with a white border is trippy. Oh man, I think I might have to spend all of my credits now. Is that what we're about to do? All right, let's see what we got. Oh, I forgot. I hit these cards and I wanted to save splitting them to on stream. So for this card, we have 1, 2. This will be my third split. This card is so sick. So there's not much this can be. Well, I need to get music going. I knew there was something missing. Boop. Real boop. Oh, I have several here. This is cool. All right, I am gonna run it. Are you there, Yasko? I'm gonna run a Gamba. This will be my 1. Obviously, I've gotten an ink already. Dude, my collection page is just in shambles. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be my 5th split. All right, I'm gonna wait on music until after I get through the collection page because this is real bad. Start a prediction. Boom. Predictions live. Let you back in. All right. I don't think anyone participated in the Gamba, but that's okay. Ooh. 5th one, bad one. And then this one would be my... Why is this locked? 1, 2, this would be my third split. Everything pay full. Oh, you bet for a good split? I don't know why it didn't show me that. No, that's a terrible one. All right. So okay, you're gonna be able to make it back because I am about to upgrade this. Which this will be my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 split. Is the music too loud? See, I used to be the type that I would go through one at a time and see and kind of play with the card at each level, but now with this new system, I don't really need to because I can always go back, which is awesome. Dude, my collection page. I think I might have to turn the graphics down for the first time. Oh, damn. If I could just give you 1,000, I would. Holy hell. I've never, like, skipped, upgraded a card like that. I didn't realize you got so much collection level at once. I mean, the card does still look great with an infinite border. Let's not bullshit. Well, I didn't know that that was a thing, so I guess I need to wait until there's at least 2 people to do a gamble. There's no point. That's kind of a bummer. Because that's not too common. This bug that keeps, like, showing locks on cards is trippy. Does that... Does it do it every time you click on a card? Is it obnoxious? Even when you're already unlocked it? I don't like that. Oh, this will be an interesting. This is probably the best card to look at all my different splits for a card. So gold, ink, nice. Again, at least it does let you go back to a border that you wanted. The bands, though. To our friends, no. So, like with this one, we have gold, purple, and then we can put this back on a purple border. Well, I think that's what it's currently at, though. Oh no, this is it. Well, look at the bright side. Once we have another person like Matchy in chat, I have 2 juicy cards to split for Gamba. One that'll be my 6th split, and this one's probably like my 10th coming up. And if you want, I can just you get like I owe you 1 free 1,000 or like I owe you 1,000 channel points. So if you wanted to reclaim like one of the channel point redemptions, just let me know and like you know what I mean. I'll basically request it for you. Like if you're like, hey, I want to do the bold strategy cotton, I'll do it. I'm ready for the new card. I've been wanting Mockingbird for weeks. Okay, I'm not about to open these if it's gonna take this long. Should I? Should I quit out of my game and start it back up? This is it this bad for you? And I'm not like I was earlier when it truly froze, but I haven't dropped frames since on my end. Like my OBS doesn't say I'm dropping frames. Everything's green bar. I'm going at 6,000 bits per like. Gotcha. All right, let's play some games real quick. I'll do collection stuff when people get here so we can gamba. I think I'm gonna go down to medium for now. What do I want to play? I kind of want to play. Oh, that Captain Marvel deck I built a couple days ago. Now with the Elsa buff. Oh, this is huge. Come on, game. Oh, it's just bad throughout. I think I'm just gonna restart the game. Oh, well, technically I would owe you 2,000 credits then. I forgot about that. The 1,000 that you put in, and then the not getting your returns. Yeah, good comms. I'll do that for sure. Let me start the restart process, and I'll do that while it's restarting. Oh. Yeah, my game's not even quitting well. When you're just too tired to even die. You're like, oh, death seems like too much work at this point.